For the past 2 nights, Israel has pummeled the Gaza Strip with rocket fire.
ما لقينا الا العمارة بتجري بالشارع. اجينا حافين وبيتنا برا وجينا لقينا الدمار اللي انت شايفه. لا في ظهور ولا في شنطة مدرسة ولا في أي حاجة يا أمي. فيش أولاد بنتي صاروا 5 وأبوهم وأمهم بالشارع. إحنا نمنا بالشارع. إحنا الصغار هدول ناموا بالشارع وشحتوا هدمة يتدفوا فيها. ما فيش حاجة.
Israel's responding to 2 days of attacks from Hamas rockets. Sari Alvin lives near the house where 7 people were injured in the initial rocket fire from Gaza.
Peace. We have to sit with the Palestinians and to talk and to talk and to talk until it will be peace. Only when 2 people, even the great enemies, will sit together and talk together, the peace can appear from this.
But a new poll out today shows that most Israelis aren't in the mood for peace talks right now. They want Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to retaliate more aggressively. And according to Israeli analysts, that's hard for him to do because he's up for re-election on April 9th.
I do think that there's political pressure on Netanyahu to do more.
Isn't that a dangerous game to be playing?
It is
making
dangerous.
decisions based on elections?
I hope, as an Israeli citizen, I hope that that's not the reason for the decisions.
Do you think how he responds to the current situation could have a real impact on the election?
It's very possible that the response to the situation, again, in either direction, whether it's a war or de-escalating, could have a huge influence on the outcome.
One way it could influence the election is by distracting the public from corruption charges that Netanyahu's facing. He's accused of, among other things, cutting a deal with a news outlet for favourable coverage and accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars in gifts from foreign billionaires. Renewed tensions with Hamas could also give him the opportunity to convince undecided voters that he's strongest on security, especially important given who's in the opposition.
His opposing party has 3 former chiefs of staff of the Israeli military. And so in theory, they're able to hit him in the spot where Netanyahu is supposed to be strongest, which is on security issues. They're real contenders.
Netanyahu's also got a crucial boost from Washington. This week, President Trump signed a proclamation that the US will now recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. The Prime Minister has now called up more reserve infantry and artillery units and moved Israeli tanks to the Gaza border. But escalating the standoff could create new problems.
A lot of political opposition are saying to Netanyahu he needs to go to war. He needs to show that he's tough on Hamas. But then at the end of the day, when there's war, there's casualties, and that's not going to look great as well.
I really think Netanyahu is in a lose-lose situation. I mean, in theory, one hopes he makes the decision based on, strategic interests for Israel. But politically, it's, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you go into a war, you don't know how it's going to end.